Hi guys, I'm Jackson Godding. Today I'm going to talk about how can online counselling support you. On my website, findreasontherapy.com.au, it says, life happens. Life can get in the way of things sometimes. And for whatever reason, people are unable to seek support in person. Now, I wrote this when I first started my private practice, and little did I know what sort of a shit show 2020 would turn out to be. Life happens is a drastic understatement for the times that we're all experiencing right now with COVID-19. So the other day I was listening to the Trauma Therapist podcast with Peter Levine on managing the midst of COVID-19. And what resonated with me was the importance of connection in times of crisis. Peter Levine is probably my main influence and inspiration in the work that I'm passionate about, and spoke about how the term social distancing should be more appropriately termed physical distancing. So in times like these, there's an incredible need to socially connect in isolation, which we are all in. We notice more when we hear from someone and start to realize what it means to have had that connection. Think about how many people, even randoms, you may normally pass on some days. The reality is that people are distancing, people are in isolation, and this impacts all of us. I want to talk about some of the distress and the experiences that may be impacting people in these current times. Number one, there's this lingering, open-ended and uncertainty that's sort of hovering over people right now, causing some really justified anxiety and doubts in their insecurity. So what does this mean for people? Well, the demands are shifting and changing. This is creating more stress, higher workloads, more hours, and it's blurring the lines between our work-life balance and blurring the lines between panic and calmness. Let's look at the general security. Is my environment safe? Can I survive financially right now? Is my job at risk? Now, I find myself at times sort of staring out the window whilst I work from home, and I keep reflecting on the powerlessness and lack of liberty and freedom that I normally possess. Now, I can't just go to a yoga class or have something nice for lunch out in the sun anymore. Things are getting more and more hectic, yet my way of coping is reducing. That's the reality. So that brings me to number two. There's this fear for many of this loss in routine and structure, whilst also having to adjust and recreate ways to manage and build alternatives to stay well. So what do people do? The usual stress reduction strategies and self-care routines to unwind, de-stress from all this hectic shit that's happening right now is just not as accessible and available. So people are starting to have to shift and figure out how best to support themselves. There's just this loss in the norm, whether that be from being outside, meeting up with friends and family, or just general activities that keep us well and sane. The usual amount of looking after yourself is not meeting the new strenuous demands and challenges that this new normal is throwing at us. Now, there's just no sugarcoating the truth that we are all facing this and coming to terms with this new normal. Now, I really just want to acknowledge the resilience that people have and what is starting to happen when we all come together. People have made more phone calls to connect with others, offered their support and their services to help each other out. There's been singing in the streets. On top of that, we've just paid so much respect to the tireless healthcare workers. Look at pets. Pets are more essential than ever. Mindfulness and meditation are having a new task of calming our minds whilst we're alone. Social media is even showing some of its positive traits. We turn surviving into thriving when we choose to find the reasons to get through this, but only when we start to do this together. We're adapting and learning how to have appreciation and admiration for the privileges that may be starting to be taken away. So anyone that hears this may either be directly impacted in significant ways or know someone that is struggling in this chaos. I just want to say that the emotional response that's happening right now, it's okay. It's valid. And these emotions, they're going to come and they're going to go. The planet is pretty crazy right now. And all you can do is the best that you can. So please, I want people to start connecting with each other and do what you need to do to nurture and soothe yourself. I believe in the power of connection and the vulnerability of reaching out for support or giving that support. So I want to do what I can and help individuals to live, to grow, to understand what is happening for them right now. I'm offering online counselling at the moment as it's becoming the new chosen platform to reach others. This simply means via Skype or phone call. It's the same as individual traditional face-to-face counselling, it's just online. So there's the same level of expertise, it's the same level of connection and compassion. It's delivered as if it would be face-to-face, but it's just online. So this space is providing the new alternative option. It's this new thing that we're using to support and care for those that need it. I'm willing to walk with you and be in this with you together to help you understand what it is that you face. So please feel free to get in touch with me. I'm offering discounted prices for those impacted financially by COVID-19 because, you know, it's going to get tough, and it's probably already tough for so many people. So hit me up on findreasontherapy@gmail.com. Go onto my website, check it out. You know, there's some cool resources on there that might be helpful. But I'd love to hear from you as well. Stay safe.